This is Wake and Hustle. Join us every week as we take you on a journey to listen to real stories
by real entrepreneurs with a powerful blend of motivation to keep you thriving.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all? It's Wake and Hustle. We're back again with another episode. This again is a podcast where we highlight entrepreneurs from all walks of life. And today
we have Jamal Rogers with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure, thank y'all for having me.
Of course. So for those of you who may not know, Jamal has been killing it in the real estate space. Buying and holding, fixing and flipping, wholesaling. So we're going to be touching bases on a couple of different things. So we want to start off by just asking you, what's the first thing you do to start your day?
First thing I do when I wake up, I get on the Bible app. So I get on the Bible app, I read me a word, I say a prayer, and get started. So in the morning I got to get my grace to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So that's the first thing I have to do when I get up. Make sure I tap in with Him.
Okay, all right.
That's your way of becoming like grounded at the top of your day.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I love it. So I was gonna ask what you shed light in your religion is Christianity.
Correct.
Okay, awesome. So she did mention that you are killing it in wholesaling and fix and flipping. What is your strategy? Is it to invest, buy and hold, wholesale? Like, what strategy are you using in the real estate?
Well, I started off wholesaling and then eventually wholesaling. It led into, buying and holding and fixing and flipping from learning strategies from wholesaling I did over the last few years. So, I had a friend of mine used to always tell me like, you wholesaling all these deals and you could get them for the discounted price. So you might as well just go ahead and just start buying them your own and just start fixing and flipping. And, that's how things just end up going that way.
Okay. Let me ask you with that thought process, how you started here, went there. How did you start? Like, what got you in the real estate, period?
Well, before growing up, a lot of people knew me from like selling shoes to a lot of entertainers and athletes. So I didn't know nothing about real estate. I would just randomly on the Breakfast Club, and I seen an interview with Mark Whitten, and he was talking about real estate wholesaling, and it just like, dang, this is something I want to do. And I seen an interview, and I signed up for his course, his program. And I just stuck with it. I created a business. Ironically, like I said, it's literally 5 years ago, like around the same time, literally exactly 5 years ago. And I just stuck with it. I didn't know nothing about. I always thought to get in real estate, you got to be like rich, have money, all these different things. And it's like when I got into it, I just stuck with it. Of course, I had a couple hiccups. Well, a lot of hiccups in the beginning, and I had to get me a mentor. Then once I got a mentor, that's where things kind of just took off for me because I was, trying to reach out to different people. I wasn't getting the good feedback, but I also knew I had to put the work in myself and be getting a mentor. He took me, I was one of his first mentees, so he took me under his wing. Shout out to my guy, Ed Hayes. He took me under his wing. I was his first mentee, and he just basically taught me everything I needed to know.
That's awesome. I got a question on to what you said before you go, Lily.
Okay.
What was it that you needed financially? Because everybody thinks that you do have to have, like, be rich and to start. Like, what could you say starting at the wholesaler level financially it took for you to get into this?
Financially, well, I got into wholesaling from, honestly, didn't have no cash, so I didn't, like I said, I didn't know nothing about wholesaling. I came into it where I was feeling like I was on top of the world, from, my past endeavors in business and things like that.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer God has a way of knocking you down, taking you off your feet and humbling you. So many years I kept on feeling like I wanted to get to this point where I was at before, but I couldn't reach that. So in the midst of me getting started, I wanted to get involved with more church and get my spiritual together. I wanted to let go some things, let go some vices that I had going on. Okay. And I felt like if I don't let go, I can't receive nothing from God if I'm not able to let go. You know what I'm saying? So once I was able to do that, everything opened up for me. So and I feel like God has a way of, opening up your eyes to see certain things and, from just dealing with just, my mom passing all these different things. He just opened my eyes to be like, look, this is what you want to do. I mean, this is what you should do. But like I said, it wasn't easy, coming from like I was driving Uber, Lyft, before that. So that was like very hard for me because I was coming from being an entrepreneur and being known for this. And then I never forget it. I picked a guy up doing Uber and I was doing Lyft. And he like, dang, Sneaks, what you doing Lyft? Like, damn. Yeah, I make decent money at the time. I had to sit back and think like, damn, what the hell I am doing Lyft for? So I just put that, put that fire back in me, like, you is. And then randomly I just ended up coming across, like I said, the Breakfast Club interview. And it just stuck with me. And to go back to what you're saying, like how much money financially you got to have. I didn't have no money. I was messed up at the time and I had no money. I just got focused on getting involved in all these different Facebook groups. Like, because I didn't, like I said, I did before getting my mentor, that really helped me out with these Facebook groups, tapping into like, just writing in real estate groups, real estate meetups, just getting involved and going to different like networking events and stuff. Stuff that I wasn't used to, and I always go back to when I started going to church and serving on a parking ministry. I wasn't in the business. I was in the business. People come to me, so I never was like in a business where like reach out to people. So like serving at church and being involved with that, speaking to people every week. I felt like God was preparing the steps for me to get my social skills together. So like I go to these events now. I was like, yo, what's up? How you doing? My name's Jamal Rogers, and it just always go back to what God was preparing me for. To like now, you know what I'm saying? So.
Wow. And I think it's really good to kind of like touch on how important it is to just kind of like listen and like continue to have that faith. Because that's what it sounds like. It was the grind and the willingness to just want more. And like you were saying, like even with the Lyft situation, like that was another eye-opening experience for you just to kind of segue back to what you were used to.
Correct.
I like that.
I love that. I love the humbling, like preparing you to. A lot of people don't take a heed to what is being performed in front of them, thinking like, "Oh, I'm struggling. Why me? Why me?" It's like, no, you're being positioned. Yes. You know what I mean? So it seems like you've seen that light into what you're doing now.
Yeah, I love that. And even speaking on the mentor part, I think we should definitely touch bases on that because a lot of the upcoming entrepreneurs, just the society that we're in now. Everything is free. You can find what you're looking for on YouTube, TikTok. Everything is available on the internet. But you knew the importance of actually having a mentor. The investment. Like what sparked to say, you know what? Because like you said, you were watching Breakfast Club, right? And you started doing YouTube stuff. So like, what kind of transitions you to say, like, you know what? I need a mentor.
I was getting disappointed a lot, honestly, like I was reaching out to different people and I wasn't getting the right feedback. And I understand, they wasn't receptive to what I had going on. So I like, let me figure out what I could do. And I just randomly I was always following Ed and I seen what he was doing. And I just ended up sending a message like, look, he from Chicago. So I'm like, look, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm just trying to get started, and I was wondering if you could help me out, how I could get started. And he said he started a mentorship and, and if you want anything in life, you're going to have to pay for it, no matter what, like from just doing that 5 years ago, like, you could talk to anybody and get all the advice and get game. Like I give game and information all the time, but if you're really trying to take things to the next level, you have to invest in yourself, no matter what. So especially, I tell people, entrepreneurs anywhere, like, if you want to be something, surround yourself by the person who you want to be like. Because if you're the smartest person in the room around everybody, like, who are you really to help? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, like all those different doors start opening up once I got a mentor.
Okay.
Then I start being around different people because in the past when I used to sell shoes to a lot of celebrities and athletes, I never asked no questions. I used to be around all these rappers and all these things, and all these guys with money, I was just so focused on the kick it in the club and women and all these different things. I wasn't asking like real questions. And now if I'm around somebody, I'm asking them like, what you investing in, like how you make like all these different things. So just like open my eyes to everything.
Let me ask you this, with the mentorship, and you mentioning that you was like one of his first mentees, how did you decide like, I'm gonna take this chance? Because most people in this society want to see what you got. So for someone who's just now obviously living a lifestyle that inspired you, but didn't have a mentorship ready, and you were like one of his first, how did you decide like, okay,
Right.
I'm gonna pay this money and I'm gonna trust you to teach me what I need to know?
It was just like so many different obstacles that was happening in my life.
Oh,
So we're just like, look, I wanted to make a change. And I kept on feeling like I could see this light, like, I looking at this light right here. It's like, I just felt like it was a highlight, just everything over me. Like I could see it, but I can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I wanted something different. I ain't gonna say like rebrand myself, because a lot of people know me from sneaks, but I wanted to do something different without sneaks. I wanted to do something different with people knowing me as Jamal. You know what I'm saying? And just do my own thing. And when I invested into it, it wasn't expensive, at that time, but I knew I took a chance because, it was somebody on Facebook. You could
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You see this all the time. What made you just be like, all right, I'm gonna do it?
Yeah, so he could have just scammed me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but shoot, I gave him the money. He sent me over the documents. And I was talking to him every day. He like, shoot, you want me to get on a call with some callers for you, some sellers? He was just like, I'll coach you through the process. You know what I'm saying? So he was helping me every way through the process. And then eventually I ended up linking up with some other guys in the city once I started getting things going. But that was the first part to get me started.
They get that confidence build up. I love that. And it seems like you guys were growing together. He's like learning his mentorship and teaching you. And now it's boom, like you're a prodigy. And I will say, knowing you only in the real estate sector, because that's kind of how I came into you. And well, not kind of, that's how I came into you. But I didn't know what your Instagram handle was about until now. I keep hearing you say stuff about sneaks. I'm like, oh, duh. Okay. So I will say it worked. He branded you into who you want to be.
So you're talking to us about wholesaling. For the viewers who don't know exactly what wholesaling is, tell them.
Wholesaling is more just, to me, flipping a piece of paper contract. So it's go from, I say,
that easy?
Right.
Not that easy. So say you want to sell your house.
Okay.
You're the buyer. I'm the person in the middle. I offer you the offer price. Me and you agree to a price. You assign it over. So technically, like, I'm not a realtor or anything like that. So you assigning the property over to me. When you sign the property over to me, I technically have legal rights to market the property as mine. So we want to make sure, if you have these contracts, you want to make sure the contract says it's signed in it. So if I'm buying it, or if I don't buy it, I can find me an end buyer investor like you, and you come in and you buy the property at a discounted rate. So like, by you being a realtor, you see how properties are on the market.
Right.
So most wholesale deals are all pretty much off-market deals, like homes that you see that's abandoned, your grandma home, like people that think they can't sell a home, anything like that. Like, so those are good wholesale deals, basically like absentee owners, basically people that live in these own houses but don't live in them. Okay. Like those are all like wholesale deals. It's a lot of different deals, but that's what I spoke. Yeah, the basis.
Okay, so when I'm saying I'm wholesaling right now, I'm ready to sell. I'm the grandma. Nobody's gonna buy this dump, and you're like, I'll buy it. Are you telling me you're buying my house, or are you presenting it to me like what you said?
See, that's one thing, the difference between me.
Okay.
So I know a lot of wholesalers that do present themselves that they are the buyers.
Okay.
Now, even though like I am a buyer now, but in the beginning, I always presented myself. I work with a team of investors.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to mislead anybody to, because I always, I work with a team of investors that buy properties in this area.
Okay.
And boom, like that. So that's how I present myself.
Okay, good. Good to know, because I know when you're thinking about it. Yes.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
Can we still get the deal if we tell the truth?
What?
If I'm like, I'm not buying it, somebody else may buy it from me. Is it still a deal?
Honestly, if you just say you work with a team of investors, you're really not lying. Honestly,
exactly.
So just like,
so it's still a deal.
Because in reality, you may wake up one day and be like, you know what, I do want to buy it.
Yeah.
Or I may wake up, you know what, I don't want to buy it. I want to send it to my homeboy. I think he could buy it. That's my team of investors out of my circle. So you're really not misleading. It's just all about just how your wordplay is. You're just being honest too at the same time. And you want to give yourself time in the contract too. Just if certain things happen where you could get out of it. So a lot of people lock people up into like these long-term contracts. Me, I never did that. So my longest contract will always be 13 days. Now really 14 days because
14 days to
close.
Okay, so you're telling me you can help me old granny out in 14 days. You can have my house sold.
Correct.
So
Wow.
yeah, because that sounds a little unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So let me ask you this: any event, because Lovey is the
Granny, I
granny,
think.
she's selling.
Whole lady.
I'm buying. Where do you make your money at?
I mean, so it's like this. I evaluate your property. I make you an offer. Your property to me, Lovely. I see that your property is worth $50,000. I'm offering you $50,000. Come to the come to the investor. This property, I want to sell this property to you for 75.
75.
I mean, all deals ain't gonna be like that. I ain't gonna
No,
say
no,
cap
no,
on the
no.
camera. God did deals for $500 before.
No, I get
what I'm saying?
it. No.
But it just all depends on how you do your numbers. A lot of people
Okay.
just knocking deals up now, not doing their numbers. But if the ARV in the area is going for 200 plus,
Right.
Or you know what I'm saying, like and you do your numbers, due diligence.
Okay.
For an in buyer investor, him paying $75,000 for a property may not be expensive to him if he only got to put $25,000 into it. If he he could sell it for $150.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that may be a deal for him.
Okay.
But I make my money in the middle, so we do a assignment contract. So, like I said, like you assign the property over to me.
Okay.
Then now I'm assigning the property over to the end buyer,
Okay.
and that end buyer, it has my my payment in there, and that's
Okay.
how I get paid. So it's basically just like I'm a middleman.
Okay.
And that's why you said flipping the paper, right? Because on the paper, you have to have yourself in there
Right.
in the agreement with me,
Correct.
the granny. Okay.
And then I have myself with you.
So you have two contracts. So you
Two
flipping
contracts.
pancakes.
Yeah, two
Okay,
contracts.
good. There we go. Okay, two contracts.
So
I think I could do
no
this.
money is necessary because it does. You still haven't said that you put any money up for anything.
I mean, it's a lot
True.
of free strategies that you can do without having to use your own money. But if you doing long scale, you will have to like marketing and things like that.
Okay.
So I offer free ways. Like I said, Facebook is free. If you driving or walking around, you see an empty house, you could take the address down. Contact the county. Look the
Yeah.
address up, and if you see the homeowner's information.
But say I want to get serious. What do I have to buy? What am I looking at? Like, what would you suggest? Like, I did a few. I got a couple $1,000s now. I'm trying to scale.
It's a good software called PropStream. That's a
Okay.
very good software.
Okay.
It's about I think like $90 a month.
Okay.
That's a good software. It kind of give you pretty much everything that you need to know on there. Like it has not MLS access, but it's similar to the MLS. It tell you the things like from the homeowner, tax information. It tells you all those different things. But a lot of times, when you come across these deals, a lot of people got homes that haven't paid on taxes, and those are some of your good negotiations where you can get these properties under contract or down there, get them for free. Like I done got plenty of houses for free just because of people's owe back taxes.
So you don't gotta pay granny nothing. You could just be
There's
like,
so many people that are just really willing to walk away from the house
And the headache.
and don't
Just to
want
get rid of the headache.
and don't want the headache and feeling like, because at the end of the day, like if you've been behind on so much in taxes, you're gonna lose the property anyway.
anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I offer you, there been times it's been free, been times I offer somebody $1,000.
Okay.
So just to be able to get away, and then I take care of it on the back end side. And
That's
added
just
it.
one strategy.
Yeah, that's just one strategy.
Yes.
So do I need a lawyer to get my contracts and all of that?
No.
So I just write it up and say, I'm gonna pay granny.
Well, you want
This
to
money.
no, you want to actually. I mean, if you want to consult with a lawyer, that's fine too.
Okay.
But you just want to get a standard real estate purchase agreement contract. But again, like I said, you want to make sure in that contract it reads that you assign it.
Okay.
So for that person that you go into agreement with the homeowner, they're aware that you are going to assign this property over to an end buyer. That you're not actually the one that's buying.
So it's going back to wordplay.
Not work. Well, yes, but it's actually going back to everything that's on the contract. So even like I do JV deals. That's the last 3
What's
years.
that mean?
Joint ventures. The last 3 years of my business been focused on working with other individuals. So
Okay.
that's another strategy.
So you could work with a realtor? What does that look like?
Well, it's different working with the realtor because also has to depends on the
Right, my licensures and stuff.
your brokerage,
and
if
all
y'all,
that, yeah.
if they,
But just say I'm ready for whatever. What could we do together as a joint venture? How could we make money together?
if you have a property that's listed on the market,
Okay.
and I hit you up and like, yo, I see this property you got it listed for like $60,000.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and give you an offer at $40,000. You just tell me like, yeah, I need to contact my seller to see he agree with that.
Okay.
I contact my buyer, let him know like he may see it that's on the MLS because the buyers want to feel exclusive. So if they see a property that's listed for $60,000, they want to feel like, dang, I want to have an exclusive deal. So they can damn near just like, why do I need to go through you when I could go straight to the real estate agent?
Exactly.
And a lot of these buyers really don't do like the heavy duty work or do the research. So they need people like us that's boots on the ground to find these deals for them. So I do tell people all the time, stay firm on everything that you believe on. Don't let these buyers push you to make you feel below. Because I have situations where, I came across different buyers and, they make you feel like you're beneath them because, they buying properties in the areas that you made and grew up. They call them war zones, all types of crazy stuff. So just like that, shit, I just grew up over here. You know what I'm saying? I know
This
it's
place
crazy.
made me.
But I understand where they're coming from. But it's just like it's just all about how it's one thing to say things, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Yep. So you would basically go get the exclusivity of the deal, and me and you, given if my seller goes for that price,
Right.
we could split the differences
Yeah, we can split
of
it.
such said price.
Correct.
Okay, so if I get my seller to say, okay, your property's not worth that, and you sell it for whatever we can agree upon, I get the difference. So me and you, let's say we could split 10,000. Is it always 50-50 though?
It's not always 50-50. I do 50-50, or if I'm there in the multiple deals, like right now, I'm actually going through a deal right now, and I hate it, it's 4 people on a wholesale deal. But yeah, it's 4 people on it. But
Like 4 people that's not buying it.
yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
So how does that come about?
The deal was presented to me. Then I presented to another gentleman. Then he presented it to somebody else. So now it's like this. So now we got to split 20,000 4 ways. I mean, it's still 5,000.
Oh, is that because it was planted as a JV deal?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Oh, so it's not stacked upon when it's a JV deal. It's just that's agreed upon price.
but you do have some individuals I come across where, okay, if they selling a property and they specifically like, I want this amount of money. Now you have to be okay with that. Like I do volume, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna shortchange myself every time, but you
Right.
do have some people like I only want they send a deal over to you and tell you I need my 10,000 off top. And whatever you make off that, that's on you.
Okay.
So you have those individuals. Then you have some individuals. Whatever you do, we're gonna split it down the middle, and we're just gonna make our money, and we're gonna keep it rolling. Like I do a lot of business with people like that, because I'm the same way. But
Right.
I'm not mad. I'm not counting nobody's pockets. I'm not mad if that's what you want to stand on. That's what you want to stand on.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that seems like more meat on the bone, more opportunity. I like how you said
Yeah.
value.
Absolutely.
I was watching something the other day that spoke about that. Like their sales are weighed in volume as opposed to each sale.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, because you could. You want to hit a home run, you may get a deal for 10,000 and not do no more wholesale deals for 2 or 3 months, or you could do a couple $1,000 deals a week. All that still adds up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Still at the 10.
Yeah, you still, at your mark. And some people, they may preach that, you're gonna make a lot of money and you're not gonna do this and do that. But if you know your market, a lot of things will happen at closing. You could think that you're gonna make 10,000, and then you get the closing, and it's a water lien on a property, and and the seller like, I don't want to take care of that, but the buyer
Who pays that?
yeah, so it's like either technically really the seller is supposed to take care of that, but you got seller be like, I'm not dealing with that. So you go to your buyer and negotiate like, well, they don't want to take care of this lien. Can we negotiate our price? And he may be like, no. He may walk away from the deal. So you thinking like, damn, do I want to walk away from this deal? Now I just get $3,000, and I thought I was gonna get $10,000. You know what I'm saying? So just
What do you say?
it's all what you comfortable. Like it's all what you stand on. If you know that your business produces $10,000 dollar deal, and you're not about to waste your money on $3,000 or $5,000, that's what you stand on, that's what you stand on. But if you're starting off and you're trying to build yourself up to get going, take that deal, learn from it, and keep it moving.
Yes. Tell us a crazy situation, because that sounds insane. 4 people on the deal sounds insane. 10 to 3 sounds insane.
Right.
So tell us more.
I had a deal where I was about to close, and the seller ended up dying on closing.
Closing day?
Yeah.
Like that day?
Yeah.
Now
Like,
I would be
are you on your way? And it's like, no, I'm.
Buyers sent funds and everything, and was waiting for the seller to sign. He died.
Wow.
That's
what happened to the
something.
property?
Right. What happened from there?
It just went to the family, and they didn't decide to sell it.
Wow.
Wow.
I done had deals where funds was saying title company messed up. Everybody signed, and title company called and tell you it's something. I forgot. He said something about like he didn't check something. It was like a sheriff sale or something like that.
What?
So title
So he
company
missed something.
Yeah, missed something.
So title company could just be like, oops, my bad.
Yeah, I done had situations where I walked into a trap house before. So I say like you ladies, if y'all doing wholesale real estate,
Okay.
go with somebody else.
Yes.
Even men, I go by myself, I'm licensed to carry and things like that, but you want to protect yourself, because you are going into empty abandoned homes,
Yeah.
so,
That's true.
I went into situations where somebody got killed in the house, got killed at the house and died. It's just a lot of,
So do you disclose that type of stuff?
yeah.
You disclose that. Is that morality because of who you are? Or is that just, okay. That's not a thing that's like on the code somewhere. It's like,
No,
okay.
I just let them know because I don't want nothing to come back on me. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, my name stands for everything. So my integrity is everything. So I don't want no bad stain on me.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay. I
Wow.
like that.
So you talk about the different relationships with your buyers and your sellers. Like, so what strategies do you use to kind of keep these relationships or build these relationships with different buyers and sellers?
Good question.
like I said, I always go back to like Facebook Marketplace. It be times I be on the computer. I be seeing people post ads. I be seeing all these different buyers. I be copying and pasting their information. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You leaking information.
yeah, I do that. Or, if you starting out, you can put a dummy ad up and be like, yo, you can find a great zip code, like, 44109 or something like that. I got a property in this area.
Take my area. I'll take my zip code.
Or whatever, 120 East, like, I got a property in this area.
So you don't even got the property is what you're saying. Just get the traction.
Get the traction going.
So you're working even when you don't got nothing in
You
hand.
gotta work somewhere. You can contact other wholesalers and be like, look, I have a buyer for this property. You may not even have the buyer for the property, but you want to get communication and get, feedback with other, wholesalers, and then
Okay.
at least, they tell you like, well, they may tell you no, they may tell you like what I would tell a wholesaler, new wholesaler, I'm not gonna lock in a JV contract with you, but if you do have a buyer and they are serious, bring them to me, and then we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't JV with just anybody. You've gotten to a point where certain people you work with and won't.
Correct, because you don't want a daisy chain. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody
that?
a daisy chain is when somebody I send you a deal, you send it to her, you send it to that person, you send it to that person.
Right.
And buyers hate that,
Yes.
especially because it also it looks bad where if I see the deal over here for $40,000 and I see the deal over here for $50,000 and I see it over here for $75,000, it's like, so who's really on this deal? And that's it's ups and downs when you do JVs because you don't be in control. So you want to be in control of everything in real estate. Like to me, I'm in control for the title company. I try to be in control with the title company because I have relationships with title company. So I know I could call them and ask them questions of what's going on. So even if the buyer say I want to have this deal done at this title company, I'm like, no, the seller wants to deal at this title company, and we got to go to this title company. And that way, because I know I could control the situation, even if I'm not the contract holder, I know I need to control the situation.
Wow. This is some good stuff.
Yes, it is.
You've been dropping some gems this evening, Jamal. So tell the viewers, because you have so much good information. I know you have some stuff that you can spill over to those that's looking to jump into the real estate wholesaling, investing space. Let the viewers know how to get in contact with you. How can they reach you?
My Instagram is sneaks.dissing.
Okay.
I have a Facebook, Jamal Rogers.
Okay.
My email is info@itisyourtime.net. And if anybody want to contact me, they feel free to contact me. If y'all got any questions,
You got any mentorships coming up? Cause I'm feeling like I need a lesson.
I'm getting ready to amp up my mentorship again. I just
Okay.
wanted to take some time to myself to get some things together because I want to actually do it differently than how I did it before.
Okay.
Because having a mentorship is time consuming and it's not draining in a bad way, but it's like to give that much back in your time. Because I was doing 2 days a week for like 2 hours, 3 hours every 2 days, and that was a lot. And I still had my other stuff I was doing going on, and that was new for me. So I want to make sure whatever I do again, I want to make sure it's brought out correctly, laid out the right way.
Love it.
Period.
Love it,
Let
love
us
it.
know, because us that Waking Us already know I'm joining this
No,
mentorship
seriously.
as soon as it launches.
Yes,
That's
so much
amazing.
value to give to the people. Thank you so much for coming on today, dropping all of these gems. Any deals you guys may have, send them his way. He dropped all the contact information.
Yes.
You guys need the link. Reach out. Catch us next week. We will see y'all. Peace.
Thank y'all.
That was good.
That was real good.
Yeah.